Hey there, welcome back to the virtual table. So I was just getting ready to explain. Obviously, we need to get. Uh, so this particular map is all about the lobbying department. So you're going to see different bills come up from different cities where they're going to try to put a tax on something or an incentive. And of course, the incentives help us, the taxes hurt us. And then the whole idea is, create a lobbying department, and then we get to sway some of the votes to go our favor. And then, of course, that will, get the bills we want to pass to actually pass, or, the ones we don't want to pass, we can try to get it to fail. And I was just getting ready to start building some track that goes from here, because we identified that we need to make some serious money, and we're going to have 30 people here. So this is going to be a really nice passenger city. And I was going to come down here to Pensacola and then get that going. And we also have to do a clothes delivery here anyways, so we have to connect to Pensacola eventually. But then it hit me, because I have shared with you that I've done this campaign before. I need to connect to Tallahassee. I don't remember why, but I remember this being a hidden objective that's going to pop up on us. That's going to tell us we have to connect to Tallahassee, and we're only going to have so many days. And it pops up just at the moment after I've spent all my money, connecting somewhere else. So I have to go to Tallahassee, and the issue with Tallahassee is, as you can see, I'm either going over two rivers or I'm coming down, straight down, and then crossing one. And I distinctly remember going across this way, across this river, connecting to Columbus, and then coming down this way, so I could eventually connect to Albany if I needed to. And then I, basically had a track coming straight down here and going to Tallahassee that way. I don't remember why, though. I think the whole idea was that I can connect to these other cities and, use their industries to make various profits. Tallahassee is actually a decent city. Well, no, it's not. It's only got 7 people. The one city that is decent is Pensacola, because it has 25. So we want to get some nice passenger trains going there. And then, from here we could connect to Tallahassee, straight across. So what I could do is come straight down here, connect, and then go straight over. That's one thing. And then way over here in the corner, because our other objective is we have to just get 120,000 citizens to be connected. And the way you do that is you just connect as many cities as possible. So there's some big cities down here, the big one being Jacksonville, which is a huge one, in fact. That would be really nice to have a direct route of passengers. Holy cow, that is a very lengthy route. If I can connect to Jacksonville, ooh, that would be some good money. Now, one thing I tend to do is I don't know how far 200,000 is going to stretch. So, and then as far as employees go, we got locomotive upkeep, not that great. We have a steel mill in Tallahassee that wants coal. That's great, because I just told you I need to connect to Tallahassee. However, I don't think coal, there's a coal way up here. That's way too far away. Oh, we got coal right behind us. So we could theoretically go straight down to Tallahassee and then just go a little bit backwards here, connect to this city, Breerfield, and then do a coal delivery and get 60 grand. The only issue with that is if I'm running my fast trains to deliver passengers, the coal delivery is going to be a slower train, which of course is going to hamper things a little bit. But that is 60 grand for something I already have to do anyways. And it's not going to cost me 60 grand to go backwards to connect to here. It might cost me 20 though. So I'm doing all that for 40 grand in profit, but then my train that I'm going to buy to do that is going to be 40 grand. Yeah, that's not a super big deal. It's neat, but actually I want to see what it's going to take to get all the way to... So I'm just going to come down, and I'm going to go behind these industries, so that way it gives them a chance to, you know, connect some other way. We're going to come down until it's just one river we need to cross. And I'm going to cross it right here early. And then we're going to cross it north of Tallahassee. And I'm just going to keep going. Let's see what... Just straight across to Jacksonville. That's 118,000. That's not bad. I never did that before. And then we're close enough to Jacksonville, so if I have to connect, I can. Now, here's the spot where I got to make a decision. If I'm going to take loans, I need to spend 8 grand to get this in, but it's actually 18 grand because I got to spend 10 here and 8 more there. So I have to spend 18 grand for the ability to take loans. The actual loan itself, so it's a gripe I have with the game. I can't see like what kind of loan options I would have if I created that department until I actually build the department. I don't own anything, so I just have a couple stations. So from that perspective, my loans are going to be next to nothing. So all I'm going to be able to do is get a bond. If I can get a $100,000 bond, all right, let's do it. 10 grand, we'll get the finance department set up. And just to take you through it, see, I can only get a loan for $3,600 because that's all I own. You got to set up collateral. So that's not going to work. But the bonds, I can get 90 grand, and I'll take that. I spent 18 grand to get 90. And then, of course, you know, it's a ridiculous payoff amount, but I will do that, and that gets me back up to 150. And then we're going to get some Jupiters set up. Let's do 57 miles an hour. Sounds good. What do you think? Or I can make it a 4 and 2. 4 times 4 is 16. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then the destination. This should make some seriously big money once it gets there. Alright, so we got that route going. But before I continue, we got to get our repair shop in. That's a lot of money I'm spending here. But we need to... There we go. We'll do that much for now. Alright, so this guy will repair when he gets back. And now we're going to go ahead and copy him. So we're going to get a second one. A third one. And a fourth one. And then I'm going to go ahead and unpause. Now the big thing here is I don't have a lot of people. Here it is. So I just blew all my money and then boom. Impatiently find out that the reason for my visit: state business. At first, establish a railroad connection between Brearfield and Tallahassee. Then from Brearfield to our wonderful Tallahassee, transport at least 5 carriages of coal and 10 carriages of iron ore to a steel mill. And our cooperation will be evaluated at every stage with a duration of 150 days. What will you have? And then see, it's only 15 experience points, but it's like a chain. So you do step 1, you get 15, and then you do step 2, you get 15 more. It's a whole big chain quest. It's actually very frustrating. Of course I'm going to accept, and that's where the Tallahassee part comes in. So I obviously have to deliver the clothes. That's a primary objective. We have 1,500 days to do our objective. This one, they give us 2,100 days, but we need to do that a lot quicker because I want to get this 600 experience points here. But we got to connect for a lot quicker. And then what they're saying is they want us to just connect Beerfield and Tallahassee with a railroad. This stage must be completed in 150 days. So I think all I have to do is connect. I don't think I actually have to deliver anything yet. But I'm in trouble because I got to go backwards to here, and the connection part I do have. So what I want to do is maybe get a second path going, because as you know, I got these 4 trains taking off here, making money for me. And just to give you an idea, if I take this one back to Beerfield, or Briarfield, that's 15 grand more. I can at least get that going. I don't think I have to do it necessarily right at this moment, but that is one of the things I need to do. Alright, so we got an issue where we don't have enough people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and skip. So these trains aren't going to make me any money, but I need them all going in the same direction, because otherwise they're going to clog each other up. You know, because one train's going to want to go down and the other train's going to want to come back. So I'm just going to have them all go, and then they can wait in Jacksonville. And then while they're going down to Jacksonville, that'll give Montgomery enough time to get the people needed. So I'm not going to make quite as much money on this first run here. And as you can see, I'm just falling further in debt. That's why I didn't want to spend 15 grand more, because that's just going to make my interest even worse. I'm losing 800 bucks a day as we're waiting for these trains to move. And I'm also not going to make any revenue on these last 2 trains. I'm just going to be paying for fuel. So that's not good. But we're going to see how much these make. And it's going to be times 4, of course, eventually. And here you can see I got 14 people built up. So this, I'm going to be able to fill everybody up here. So let's just see how much train 1 makes. He is full. So we got 4 passengers and 2 mail. So this should get us some decent money. Ooh, 9 grand a passenger. Woo! And then the mail is 12 grand. Oh, that was excellent. That's 36 grand and then 24 grand more. Whew! All in one train. So that's what, 60 grand, basically. And then this guy's full too. So we should get 60 more. And then, like I said, these other ones, see, we're spending $6,500 in refueling cost, as you can see. So it's not all glory, but still, it's way worth it. So I'm going to make it so that 2 of them refill at a time. So they've all made it back, and now you can see they're now taken off. All right, so while that's going, we are 26 grand in debt. Let's get the Briarfield connection going. I'll pay that 15 grand now. Alright, so now we're at minus 42. And I would like to... So see how there's a... So law industry incentives for textile appeared in Apopka. So they have a lobbying thing going on, and I don't have the lobbying office built, so I can't... oh, here we go. City will sell textiles 65% lower, which helps us. So if we deliver some cotton here, right now they cost $6,900 each to buy. It'll be 65% lower if this bill passes. So that's an example of... But see, it's way down here, and I'm not doing much down there at the moment. Ideally, I would like to have a second set of tracks coming all the way down. If you recall, that cost over 100 grand, which was not that bad. And then connect Tallahassee to the second set of tracks. I could make the first set of tracks actually on the other side, but if you look here, we got a second set that's going to be here, and there's going to be a third set that's going to come there. So this third set is very likely going to go this way across and not necessarily follow the rest of the train. So I have 90 days left to get this route set up, and I am going to have to like be delivering goods too. So they don't give you a lot of days to do this stuff. And then it would be nice to get an R&D going, but you can see I don't have the room for it, so I'd have to spend 20 grand for that. So we got the first one in, it's repairing. I will spend the 10 grand here to get 2 filling stations going. And so you can see look at that, I'm making some really good money now. Montgomery now demands tools. So Montgomery just grew a bit. And there we go. This is just amazing amount of money. Look at that, I'm up to 106,000. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and get this started. That'll only help those trains to keep moving, because the faster and more often they move, the more money we make. This is going to consume a lot of my money, as you may have already surmised, but I think this is an investment worth doing. The double track thing is always a tricky proposition, because you could theoretically just double it up at certain spots along the way to save yourself some money, but ideally going from one place all the way to the other is truly the best. And you can see that's 86 grand. I was able to afford that, and I'm still in the positive. Alright, so we're going to finish this off with 51 grand left over. And now that I got the 2 pathways, I can connect Tallahassee, for example, like so. And ideally, I want Tallahassee to have its own track that goes up along the side and maybe bypasses Harrington completely and goes straight to Briarfield. That's ideal. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that in practice, but okay, so we have the route set up, but see, it's not succeeded yet. So I think the next thing I got to do is I got to set up a train, and we're going to get 5 of those. Delivering down there. Then let's get another train going. Six of those. So we're going to be making steel in Tallahassee, apparently. And that's another reason for having the double tracks. And now you're going to see that I'm delivering in Jacksonville here, and the money's just pouring in. I'm already back in the positive. I'm spending some money, of course, to buy these, which I probably should buy them outright. But at the moment, I don't want to spend that much money yet. Let's get the R&D going. Alright, so we had already researched everything in the past. Now we got the Forney train, which is theoretically better than the American. So the American has a pulling mass of 119, 94 horsepower, max speed of 72. This one has a max speed of 90. 87 horsepower, which is not quite as high, and a pulling mass of only 90. Whereas this one has 119. So, this one will get better as you research things, so it is theoretically better than the American, but I actually don't care for it very much. The one that's the best is over here, which is the 10-wheeler. But we can at least get the pulling mass here, all locomotives plus 2. So I'll go ahead and get the research started, but this is probably not a big thing to invest in at the moment. I actually don't like the Forney very much. I just couldn't remember which one was next. And then I'm also going to duplicate this guy, because you really need 2 trains doing iron and 1 doing the coal. Alright, so see here, these guys are paused. I gotta get that going. They're paused because I'm coming down with my my slow trains. See? So they're taking up the track. But by doing what I did, I was at least able to get these guys over into the fast lane. This guy had to stop, but he at least got these trains moving again. Yeah, it's a bottleneck. So I'm going to have this one have its own dedicated line that goes up. It's expensive, as you probably have seen. So for example, I could just have it hug already existing track. This will definitely put me a lot further in debt. It was only 50 grand. That's not too bad. Okay, so I got these trains coming down, and then of course they're using this extra track here, but eventually I want them to just all stay on this one. So I got 2 days left on this. I think I just needed to have a route set up. I didn't need to have delivery. So I'm going to set this one to pause when he gets there. Excellent. So now the route was completed. I'm going to go ahead and hit X here. Now they want me to deliver 10 ore and 5 coal. So I'm going to go ahead and unpause that. And we'll get that going. And I know I have one more train coming down. Where's he at? Here he is. Which track is he on? Okay, so he's on the new one I just made. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to demolish this. I don't even want them using the high-speed tracks. What I will do, though, is we're going to spend the 50 grand, and basically I have to deliver coal and iron repeatedly as part of these missions. So I'm going to just give them their own dedicated tracks. 2 down, or 1 down, 1 up, so they can constantly move. The biggest issue I run into is because they're carrying heavy load and they only move 30 miles an hour, they only give you like 90 days to do these, and it's just not much. Alright, so with that set up, these guys should be able to start taking off. I don't know why he's in queue for maintenance. I gotta get another maintenance parallel thing going on. There we go. Get the maintenance to go a little faster. We got this guy coming down the one, and he's going back on the other. So there we go. Alright, so we got our 4 speed demons going. We have... I'm going to go ahead and buy that for 75,000. That's just letting me know I went into debt. This is going to be 82, but I'm not going to buy it yet. Going to let the speed demons take off. You can see that they're making a dent, but the city's able to keep up with them. And the great news is they have basically 2 tracks just for themselves, and then the delivery guys have 2 tracks just for themselves. At some point I need to get other stuff set up, but I'm using these revenue streams at the moment to buy all those initial things that you need to buy. So as you can see, I got the 5 iron, the coal is already delivered. I have 125 days to get the next iron, and the iron train is right here. So he's on his way back up, and he's got to go up and then all the way back down in that 122 days. I think he'll be able to do it, no problem. But that's some of the dilemma I have, is so I got 2 trains going because I need to deliver 10 iron. So what I think I want to do is I want to double my trains, so that way I'm succeeding at my, I don't want to fail these missions, is what I'm trying to get at. So this one is going to be a pass, but this one right now is a fail until that other train gets all the way up and then all the way back down. We got a grain delivery. Grain is usually a nice... That's not very far away either. Look at that grain right there. That's actually a really nice one. Oh, we got 2. Look, 2 quests for Macon and grain. Ooh. I gotta do it, folks. So I'm going to start this track so they have their own... It's just going to be a dead end for now. But I'm going to at least start it. And then I'm going to very early branch this guy off. Or you know what? I'm actually going to branch this way. And then I'm also going to use this because this is a bottleneck spot for them. Flip. Alright, I'm doing a lot of side quests there, but so this, we got to get this to go over to Macon so we can bring home the bacon. Alright, we're going to come here, connect directly to Macon, 57 grand, and then we're going to connect from Macon. We're going to have to cross. We're going to come down to there for another 30 grand. And then I'm going to sign both of these contracts. And we're going to buy a train. And we're going to deliver 10. To there. We'll buy another train. Tend to there, and then after they finish these quests, we'll use them for other purposes. So the big thing here is I would also like to buy this, but look, I'm precariously low. I gotta let my money makers make some money, and I'm getting very close to that happening. Oh yeah, we definitely got the money coming in. Alright. So We're going to expand Macon, and we're going to expand Dublin. Since I'm going to be having 2 trains here, it'd be ideal if those trains could have their own track. And then I am going to spend the 48 grand for that. Okay, so I'm still just at 5 out of 10, but you can see I got this guy. Oh gosh, he's got a long way to go still. I have 96 days though, so I should be good. So I'm having him go down to deliver. And then once I complete both of these contracts, I'm going to get some good money. That'll help pay for some of the track I laid. And you can see here I have a farm, so I can just roll right into doing that. It would also be nice to buy the steel mill and to buy the iron source, since I'm going to be doing a lot of iron deliveries. Excellent, excellent money from these guys. I do have to pay this bond back. 90,000 needs to be paid by February 4th. It's September. And what I could do is have these trains pause when they get down there. My research completed. We're going to get the pulling mass for all the trains to go up by 2. Always a good thing. These guys are all repairing at once, and then the money making is going to continue. Plenty of passengers, plenty of mail. We're at 10 out of 11 already. I'm going to come over here. We're going to buy the farm, because when both of these trains deliver, I'm going to have extra stuff left over, and we'll just pour it right into the farm. And so far I'm ignoring all the bills. I don't even get to see what laws are passed, usually. So for example, actually that one could be one that would impact us. Like this one here, they passed a law. So there you go. They're going to sell textiles lower by 65%. And you can see there's a time limit, so it will expire. But they could be bad. Like Jacksonville could put a tax on passengers. So all this money I'm making on passengers is going to all of a sudden turn against me. Montgomery's got new land because we're growing. So now we got 3 pieces of land in Montgomery. There's a lot for me to do here that I can make some serious money. When I played this last time, I was delivering the goods, as you can see here, but other trains were interfering with their pathways, and I ended up not meeting the deliveries on time. So what you see me doing here, where they have their own dedicated line coming out of here, is a whole new strategy. So I think it's a good one, and I actually want to get this other line going out, because right now the fast guys and the slow guys are all sharing this exit right here. Now granted, they turn off right away, but it's still something. Oh, so here you go. I completed the quest, so you can see I got all this money now, and he has nowhere to deliver, so I'm going to reroute him to deliver to here. Hit apply. So he did that, and now I'm going to reroute him to deliver here. This is a bad thing. I might have screwed that up. And then this guy has nothing to deliver to. There we go. So we got the deliveries going, and then I'm actually going to take him off this route. Alright, so we're going to delete his route, and then what we're going to have him do instead is he's going to do this. We need another iron guy delivering to there for now. One is more than enough to deliver the grain to that farm, so we'll let him continue to do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and get a repair shop in for him. So he can stay up to maintenance, and you can see I got 200 grand now. So another thing I want to do as part of our spending spree is let's get this going. And you can see sometimes the track turns red, and if you just make shorter segments, it's not so bad. Crossing the water is always tricky. And it has like almost like a magnet feel. Like it really does, the mouse cursor does want to stick, but like right here there's a bridge, so it's really hard. So what I have to do is I have to stop it before the bridge, like right there, and then if I hit go and I make the segment at least as long as the other bridges, then it pops right in, no problem. Keep going. Okay, so now that I got plenty of tracks going back and forth, I have 4 trains going, and right now they are dedicated. These tracks are dedicated just to those 4 trains. I am going to invest some more money and get a repair shop going. And we're even going to make it cheaper. So we're going to do all that and then come back to our original trains and have them set up to repair on both sides. Now, it is going to cause them to get out of sync with each other, but that's fine. They got plenty of track now. And by doing repair on both sides, right now when they repair it might be like 40 seconds. But if they repair on both sides, it might be, 10 seconds each. Or 15 seconds each. I know that it'll save 10 seconds. And then the other thing I'm going to do is, now that they got more dedicated lines, I'm going to just buy 2 more. Let's make more money, folks. I do have to worry about the passengers, but we'll go ahead and let that go. And this one didn't pause. Where are you at? He's going back. He's the new one. He's also going back. So I only have the ore guy paused. Alright, so Newport has a grain tax. That grain in Newport is something I used to use, but this one looks like a better thing. We have a coal delivery in Albany. It's not too bad, but I don't want to go bunkers with all these contracts. Let's see. This would have been handy earlier. let's get... I need to find our little town. Here it is. Let's spend 35 more grand. Let's get the law lobby department going and the trading department. Now, the law lobby department, you have 2 lobbyists. If I upgrade it, I'll go up to like, I think it's 5 and then 7 or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers. So then there's 3 bills here, right? So the tax for paper, for example, in Apalachicola, Newport for grain, and these are the ones that are already passed. And then Ocala. So the one thing that stinks is I can't click on something. Oh, there we go. I can click on that. So I'm not worried about that one. This one could be a problem, but there's no lumber nearby. So using that sawmill is problematic. There's some lumber over here. And then this one for the grain actually could impact me. See, they're going to sell the grain for 195% higher. Now, in the last video, before I stopped recording, I mentioned that these laws don't impact you as much as you think. So this grain field is something I could use, because I could buy the grain here and deliver it to this whiskey factory, because I do need to connect to Pensacola, and I do need a whiskey factory. So this grain is perfectly suited for that. So you might be thinking, well, you don't want them to pass a tax bill, right? Because that tax bill is going to make that grain, you know, what does it say, 195% more costly. So instead of paying $800 for the grain, I'm going to be paying close to $1,600. Well, I could just buy the damn field. So just buy it, and then I own it, and then I'm not paying anything. It doesn't matter what bill they pass. So that's why these laws are not that important. Now, of the 3 that are currently under thing, this is the only one I really care about. So I'm going to put my 2 lobbyists on it and say we don't want to pass this one. And the reason why that's sort of important is if it hasn't popped up yet, yeah, I got to get 5 successful votes. So I am going to have to eventually get certain things to pass. So that does mean I need to spend the 60 grand to upgrade this even more. And I also, well, the HR department is, like we always said, I don't really particularly care about that too much either. But there we go. We got the lobbying department in. I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. 30 days before we get our new quests. And so you can see here that we're going to get 60 more experience points. And then we're going to get another set of quests. And then another set. So it's just going to slowly add. And like I said, I failed to deliver because I have this one track. So I'm going to put this guy on pause, for example, because I want them to just be able to deliver the very moment that we get the new quest. And here you can see I got the 2 guys coming back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy him. We're going to have 2 doing this, and we have 3 doing that. I pretty much want to make a 4th one. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to have 4 doing the ore. That should cover it. And then Briarfield now demands coal. Whoops. You can't have your train selected when you do this. So I am going to sell coal, but I'm going to make it so it will sell when it's over 15. And there we go. We just made ourselves some seriously nice money. Oh, that's right. And I got to buy this guy. Otherwise, the iron is going to cost me a fortune. It doesn't replenish very quickly, as you can see, when you got 4 sets of trains. I'm not going to put this guy on pause anymore. And then this one, I'm also not going to put on pause. I'm going to go ahead and let him deliver. We got 7 days, and then, you know, as you can see, we got plenty of trains heading on down, and I got them set up where they have to go out this arm, and they have to go along these 2 paths. So that's perfect. And then I'm actually going to, since I have so many trains, we'll make a third one. This is just going to be like a Autobahn here. We're going to have a mega highway of tracks. And I think we estimated this was going to be around 50 grand. So we got the money. We just did a research. Produced steel also needs to be sold somewhere. We'll give you the freedom to choose consumer. You will now be able to purchase rails and locomotives at 10% and 5% cheaper. So because we completed these, we now have cheaper stuff. So I'm going to pause because I don't know exactly what our next quest is. And I don't like having Tallahassee as our so I'm going to have this one go to there, this one go to there, and this one go to there. There we go. Having our steel here is not the greatest in the world, but as you can see, we finished some research. We might as well research the Forney since we have people here. Okay, so our next one is we gotta see, look, we still have to deliver iron and coal. So I think they give us a forewarning that we need a place to deliver the steel. But right now, it's still just another delivery, and they gave us another 150 days. So that's all we have to do at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and just focus on that, and we're going to just build other things. And then I'm going to get rid of this. I know that puts us to minus 50, but I think we should be good. I really should buy the steel mill. It's going to be pricey because we have so much steel in it at the moment. And look how quickly we just make money. And I don't know why this train stopped. It might be because I deleted the track. So now it had to recalculate or repath, possibly. Here you can see we got our trains going up. Look how beautiful that looks. Alright, so we got our iron coming in already. So that'll be 5 out of our 10. And they are, I mean, we do make a pretty penny off of these. And there you got our passenger trains going by each other. I could buy it, but that's going to put me significantly in debt. And yeah, so here's our next set of iron. So we're going to have the iron done very quickly. This one is another iron. And that should be, yep, there's our coal. So this guy is also coal, but he's going up to replenish. And then here, you're going to see we're going to start making money here. Because we're at 15, and every time that ticks up once, he's going to sell. Just like that. 3,600 bucks. Alright. This steel mill is going to get more and more expensive the more steel that it produces. So I do need to buy it. I'm at 100 grand. That would put me 137 in the hole. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let him deliver his iron because I'll make money off of this. But before he produces more steel, we're going to buy it. So that was what, 25 grand we just made? And we'll use that 25 grand towards purchasing it. Because as you know, I no longer make any profit for selling or delivering these goods anymore. I just have a steel mill now that everything's free. But now I don't have to pay 11 grand for that steel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this land, because if I ever have to deliver steel, I'm going to just deliver it right there. So that does mean, though, I need to get this sawmill going that's right next to him. That's not a bad idea, except there's no lumber near us. And then up here, I forgot to set this up. to sell. So boom, we got that going down. What I could do is set up a clothes factory and then set this up to sell there, just like so. But I got to get cotton and other stuff going, and that would be here. So one of the things I need to do is I can come out there and then come down. Do I go left or do I go right? That's always a good question. I think I could probably do both. So let's just come down this side for now and then connect to the cotton field and get a train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So we'll get that going, and then I am going to buy that textile factory, and then what we'll do is we'll have a train that delivers this textile to the clothes factory. Then we'll have our clothes going. I also want to branch this out. I'm going to have this one branch out. Nope. We're going to have this one. So we're going to hug this track until... So we're going to go past it. But then I'm going to have it break off, go to the oil. And then we're going to buy a piece of land here and make an oil refinery up here for 100,000. Get one of those going. Get that going. And then this we will sell to the city. And get that. In place. And also I need a train. We're going to grab 8 of those. Alright, so we have that going. Here you can see we got our... I want to check in. Our quests are completed, so we're good there. This one, like I said, we have to eventually do. And then the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to have this come off. And just come straight down to Pensacola. Because remember, one of the other things we got to do is we've got to get 120,000 citizens, and look, we're at 104 now. There we go. Alright, so Pensacola let us get a bunch of citizens. We have to deliver some clothes there. We could set up a grain route, but we need wood. And this is becoming a key little place. So how do I want to do this, though? I first need to connect to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Pensacola. I know that's going to be expensive. I'm going over some water there. But we're going to come down and connect that way so he can get some wood deliveries. And then what I'll have is this will eventually connect to this city from the back end, so it doesn't interfere with the steel deliveries. And then we need to connect here to this logging camp. There's another logging camp up here, but in the same fashion as before, it's really difficult to get this logs through this highway that we built. But we could try. And then Jacksonville can come out the back end and connect to these cities down here and get whatever. But for now, alright, so we got 2 more laws here. This one in Florala, that oil, it's going to sell it for a higher cost. We don't care. This one in Brunswick, it's going to buy wood for a higher price. Remember, we have to get 5 bills to pass, so I'm going to go ahead and put our lobbyists towards that. Oh, if you get something to fail, that did count. So, yeah. Alright, I can't change my mind, by the way. So, we're locked in now. So, hopefully we can get another bill to pass. I'm sitting on 253,000 bucks. That means let's spend our 60. Let's get our lobbyists up. And then let's just get our HR department as oh, looks like we can hire everything. Alright, so what can we do here? We got, let's hire him. And yeah, we'll hire that guy. I'm not as interested in the contracts. I want to be selective about what I do here. Okay, so we got a logjam. Yeah, that's because we're waiting for this guy to produce. That makes total sense. We have this guy, Dublin. Oh, that's you. We will sell if he has more than 15. There we go. This one's maxed out at 20, so we need to start delivering some of that meat somewhere. The problem with that is I need more track. So this, for example, I'm just gonna, whoops. It really wants to connect. I'm just gonna double up some track here, so if I ever start getting multiple trains going back and forth between these cities, it will just work. And right now I only have this one, but now I can, like, for example, set up a meat train. Now I can have a third track coming out and go to Columbus, which, like I said, is helping us with this quest here. And Columbus just happens to need meat. It also happens to have a weapons factory. So the weapons factory requires a lot of steel, though, and I don't want to be transporting steel from way down here. It's a cool idea, but not super cool. We got 9 days here before we get our new set of quests. But what I will do is I am going to connect this back up to there. And it's almost a waste, because this is going to fill up and then I won't have anywhere else to deliver it. But for now, I'm going to deliver some of those there, make some money. And then let's get our meat train going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, we'll do 7. We're going to deliver some meat there. Come back. Get 7 more. Alright, we are at stage 2, so I'm pausing so I could figure things out. But let's finish this. Oh, look, I can deliver meat back here. I mean, there's just infinite places you can deliver meat to. I could go all the way down here. I don't think I want to. That might be good enough for now. It is. I can go to Savannah here. That's another big city to connect to. But for now, I'll just do that. So we'll get that going. Now let's go check out our quests. Oh, let's also look at... So here's a tax on mail in Macon. Now, I don't care about the mail here because we're not doing any passenger routes. But to succeed in our quest, I want this to fail. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 people towards that one. And then the wood in Brunswick, we put 2 votes. And then a new tax for oil in Florala. Let's make that one fail. And here you can see I got 2 more votes. So maybe if I win at all 3 of those, I'll get 3 credit towards the... I got 1 out of 5. Okay, so you can see here, it's telling us we need a place to deliver our steel, but once again, we're just delivering again. So it gave us that warning, but we're not quite there yet. Now, what I probably should do, I am at 40 steel, so let's get... We're going to get our weapons factory built. And then I'm going to transfer all the steel we can to the weapons factory. So here we go. We just delivered 40 steel to that sucker. And this train that I purchased, it's a great idea, but this is eventually going to fill up and I'm never going to actually make weapons. But what I'm going to do is we are going to deliver to there. Alright, so I'm unpaused. Things are rolling. I could buy this, for example, or that. That will save me some money, because I am, you know, every time I buy, it is sucking a little bit of cash away from me. Not the worst thing in the world. I am starting to get bottlenecked here. Look at that, I just got 12 grand. That was probably a kerosene sale. Yep. Alright, and then we have clothes that are going to be made here. And I'm actually going to... I'm not in a hurry to sell to Pensacola at the moment, so we're going to just sell straight to the City Hall and just make money off of it for now. So watch, as soon as this gets done, we're going to get 28 grand. Boom. Alright, so we'll let that roll for a bit. So this train did its delivery here. It was a great idea at the time, but I'm going to go ahead and just delete those and have it just deliver to Tallahassee. That's all I needed to do. Because remember, for every 1 of these, we're spending 3 of those and making 2 of those. So if I deliver 5 of these, that's 15 steel. That's pretty good. I could buy a second train to deliver 5 more. I don't know if I need to. I think I will, though. Just to keep that flowing. And if they start bottlenecking down there, then we can deal with it. This is getting to be a very busy set of tracks. But we made 3, right? We did make 3, didn't we? 1, 2, yeah, 3. So they're all sharing this one input here, so they will backlog there, but... Alright, so Monroeville, yeah, I can't help you. I will buy this one because we're going to be able to sell to the city with him. And yeah, we're just going to buy them all. Let's own it all. Now, I could get a passenger route to go to Pensacola. There's some good money to be had there. The bigger issue here is I have no passengers here. So my big money makers are draining it quite dry. Alright, so what do we got? We can come here, get that going. We're at 488,000. What else do I want to do? I want to... we need to make tools. We need to make whiskey. Oh, and we got to get that lumber going. So let's work on our lumber here. Sure, we'll hire you. So I got to get a track. Let's go right across the Gulf of Mexico. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to deliver 8 at a time. Get you upgraded. Get a repair shop. And that train that I just purchased. Get him repairing. Alright. This track is just long enough that I could probably run 2. So let's do that. It just doesn't like... So I'm going to just have to get a little wild here. And then reconnect there. Connect. And then basically I'm going to replicate this one with another copy. All of our research is well on its way. Look at this. Low industry incentive. Oh, that just expired. Look at this. We're already connected to 120,000 citizens. I didn't even have to connect to other stuff. And we're at 4 out of 5 on our voting. And we got all of this done. So I am not going to deliver those clothes because that would end the mission. And I have 1,000 days left. So we got to see how where this takes us. I've never made it past this point, by the way. So everything after this is going to be a surprise to me. And I crashed. Jerks. That's twice now. This has never crashed for me. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm recording it, if that's impacting things, but yeah. I'm going to pause the video while I get this reloaded. Okay, so I got it reloaded. We didn't lose that much time. We already have, for example, this guy's route condensed. We already have the second one built, and we even have this going. So I'm going to go ahead and replicate him. And the only thing that was missing is we don't have the second track again. And remember, it's that thing I was telling you about, where if I lay track while the game's running, it does tax the game a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just pause it while I lay the track here. And in fact, look, the autosave happened immediately after we upgraded this guy. Alright, so we got that in place. I'm going to go ahead and unpause again. So we got 2 sets of trains delivering here. I could go really bonkers and actually have this lumber go back behind Jacksonville here and then through. It works because at some point this guy's not going to be able to produce wood quick enough to keep up with the demand. So I could have this guy, it's a long trip, but I got to have several trains doing that long trip and delivering more wood to here to keep this thing going. Or I could just have this, for example, go to Macon or well, Brunswick, as you can see, produces wood over here, but I don't need the wood over here unless I want, Jacksonville to become something. Here you can see I have a paper house in Jacksonville that could work. There's a lot of options. This is completed. We have 994 days left. These two are already done. We have 76 more days before we get the next one. We gotta wait a bit before we get that. So we're good to go. So from here on out, I'm just trying to make money. And then here, as you can see, I have my wood making going. And so what I want to do is I can branch this off, for example, and we're going to click there and then there. So now we got a route to deliver lumber. In case we ever, I think we're going to get another spot to buy land here, and I would like to make a tool factory. But for now, as you can see, we're making the weapons. And I can have a train set up to deliver those weapons to there for sure. And then I bet Jacksonville needs some. They do. And then what about Pensacola? No. So we're going to go ahead and get that going. And then for this guy to deliver to there, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just make his own path, because we don't want to interfere with our speed demons. And then we'll just have the path come up and link into Jacksonville like that. So he could deliver those weapons in the back door. Alright, so we got another research going. Alright, so like I said, we got the logs going. I will buy the logs. Let's upgrade this to full size. We're going to get a third set of tracks. I'm just going to have it come way out. We're going to go out into the Atlantic Ocean because the game lets us do that. And we'll set up a trade. Let's do 8. And we're going to copy it 2, 3, 4 times. I'll pause the game so it doesn't crash. Even though there's 4 trains doing this, it is a very long stretch of track. I'm not going to be able to pull that off. So what I'm going to do then is just connect right before it crosses. And then we get our next set going here. Now we're on the other side. And yeah, I'm spending a ridiculous amount of money going out into the ocean like that. But that's what I can do. I'm actually making good money. So we can have this one go a little further than the other one. So we can at least get it all the way in here and then we merge. Alright, so two sets of track, or one outlet here splits into two sets of track, and then this set splits into even a third. So we got three sets of track going all the way out, and then we have four trains of lumber coming from there. So what that means is I'm going all in on this sawmill, which I'm also going to purchase. I'm going to unpause. Okay, so we need places to deliver the lumber, we need places to deliver the paper. The paper could go here. And what I'll have, I already have two tracks going through here. Just made a third one. And I'm just going to merge it in. It's not going to, we're only going to have two tracks on these parts, but it'll be three at least here. As soon as this guy gets out of the way. Come on. But I can have one of these back tracks come out and connect to there. So I can get a train built. Do 8 to there. And then this guy, I'm actually going to go into debt. And now, it is annoying that every time you go into debt, it pops up that message. And there is ability to shut that pop-up message off. I leave it on though, because sometimes there's sneaky things like refueling, like when your trains are refueling, or if they're buying goods. So let's say they're buying steel at 11 grand a pop. We have a $200,000 overdraft. Some games it's only minus 50,000. So if you're buying steel for 11 grand a pop and you're in the positive, and then you're buying 4 steel, let's say, that's negative 44,000. So now all of a sudden you're at negative 30,000 after you bought those 4 steel. I want that pop-up message because the trains will continue to buy their goods even if you go negative. The trains don't stop unless going negative will cause you to lose the scenario. So in the earlier scenarios, the trains would stop purchasing goods if you ever went below 0. That's not the case anymore. Now the new 0 is the negative 200,000 or the negative 50,000 in the scenario I was just discussing. So it's very, very important to have that little pop-up, because when your trains are buying all these goods, like for example clothes are 20 grand each, it could pop you into the negative and you're not even realizing it because you're too busy laying track or doing the stuff that I've been doing. So I always want it to tell me. It's just that the majority of the time it's just annoying. Alright, so new tax for cotton. I own the field, so they can sell the cotton for hire all they want, but alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and say no to that, even though it doesn't impact me at all. But we need to get one more successful vote to go our way. I actually really like the layout I have going here. This is pretty slick. The fact that I got the speed lanes all dedicated, and then the slower stuff is on the highway, but they have their own lanes, and then we come in the back door to deliver some stuff to this city. I like it. It's a really good system. Alright, so now we got another cotton tax. So they must be out of their cotton picking mind. We're going to go ahead and put 2 on that one. Alright, so we got a furniture factory we can do that uses some of this lumber. And then we have this whiskey factory. So let's go ahead and have a train. I don't know what I just did. Oh. Let's deliver 6 to there. That's just because I'm not hurting in the money department. I don't need to be cheap. Therefore, if I have a train that's going to be going back and forth there, okay, I got repairs for it. So as you can see, we delivered our iron and coal, and again, they want more deliveries. So we'll keep taking it. We're getting more and more experience points each time. Another 150 days, I'll take it. And you can see we got our max steel here, but every time this guy produces, he's making 2, and he's consuming 3 steel. Our weapons delivery guy was pretty busy. Where are you? Alright, so he just dealt to Montgomery. Looks like he's repairing, and now he's refueling. And then he's going to come back and then go to Jacksonville. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replicate them. We got plenty of weapons. We might as well start delivering some more. And we're only delivering 2 at a time, so you can see I have plenty of room. It's just more trains consuming those tracks, but I still like it. I like the way it's laid out. One of the better ones so far. Okay, so then we got a tourism incentive. So this is a passenger incentive in Dublin, which is here. Not very helpful, but we're going to go ahead and say yes, because that's more revenue if we ever did passengers. If they ever were to get a bill going for passenger revenue, of course, in Montgomery or what is that, Jacksonville, we definitely want that to go. That's going to be, that'll make our money even more bonkers. Here you can see our 4 trains are working their way. Working our way back to you, babe. Alright, so everything's looking good in the neighborhood. We already got, as you can see, the paper is being sold. We have some wood being delivered. What is this one? Why is he delivering paper that way? Interesting. I made a path that comes through here, but what he's doing is he's going into here, refueling, and then coming back out. So what that means then is I can help fix this. We'll just make him travel alongside for as long as possible before he merges in. And yeah, he can merge in here. So now he's got a more direct path. So he doesn't have to do this loop around thing. He's not interfering with anything until the this train here is going behind him. He's selling the weapons. So I'm missing the furniture and I'm missing the tools. I'm also missing this. So we have our new track here. We can have it go up and connect to there. And get this guy going. He is going to fill this thing up in no time and then just basically be sitting there. Now, I've seen, like, you could do routes where, hey, I'm going to deliver grain to here and then have him pick up something here and then go somewhere else. And whereas I do the simplistic stuff where I'm just going to make him sit there and wait until this guy needs grain again. It just, to me, it's simpler. Setting up the complicated routes could then cause this thing to run out of grain and then I'm off doing something else, and I need him to get back here to deliver more grain. Like, I'd rather this whiskey refinery just be at full bore. And in fact, this is where I'm going to construct the furniture factory. So we got that good. Then this last train, have him repair. We're going to get a train going. Get 6 lumber. Oh, nope, not there. There. Have him delivered to the furniture factory, and then we'll get a train. Deliver that to the furniture factory. I would like to maybe duplicate this, because the furniture factory consumes 2 wood, or 2 lumber. So those lumber deliveries are not going to be enough. But for now, I'll leave it the way it is. I'm going to get some of this upgraded. Have this come down. There. I think I'm going to need the 3 pathways. It's getting a little busy here. So this lumber is just, I mean, I want this thing to constantly be full. And as you can see so far, it's not. But those trains are coming in from the very far route. They're coming in from China. And once those trains come in from China, then I'm going to get a whole bunch. Look at all this lumber coming in. 1, 2. This thing is going to finally fill up and start to get busy. But then we're going to have to wait a while for those trains to go out again. And that's the whole idea. That's why I bought 4 of them. So we're going to get this thing cranking. This has to produce non-stop lumber. And this one is going to the whiskey refinery. And there you can see, okay, we got up to 15. Alright, so our voting objective is complete. We got our 5 out of 5. That's another 300 experience. That's excellent. We got this guy taking out paper. We got our 2 more log guys coming in. Alright, so this paper delivery here, it's producing books which are being delivered. Eventually this is going to fill up, and I'm going to have to deliver these books elsewhere. The moment I do that, I'm going to disrupt our speed lane here, because the books really have to go here. That's the only, well, and then here. So we got 2 places that need books. Let's see. Yeah, none of those are any good. Savannah needs meat. Tallahassee needs meat. Americus needs grain. I'm not too worried. Okay, so this stuff is cranking along. Ideally, I would like to get another train delivering to the furniture factory. So I am actually going to copy him. Now, if I ever get a tool factory built, that also needs lumber. So I have a lot of stuff that needs lumber here. And I'm at 24, so this is going to make a healthy number. And you can see I'm still delivering more, even though these trains have to go all the way back to China. And that one's going to deliver more, but I'm low. And I can sell But I don't want to sell to him unless I have at least 15. Actually, I'm going to go all the way up to 18. Basically, I would love to sell to him, but it's more important to get this wood, you know, to here. Alright, so they're all coming in. This is good. Yeah, he's growing, of course. Come back to here. We got our 10 and 5, so these are both completed. We have our tools. Our weapons factory is just piling up. If Tallahassee ever grows enough that it needs weapons, that's the part where it'll be amazing. Because we could just turn this thing on to sell. That's not the case. So that's like, I usually like to build the weapons factory and the steel mill in a place like Tallahassee. Because then, you know, they already demand the good, so you could sell it and it'll get you some nice money. Alright, we got 791 days for this. I could probably maybe speed up the game. I just, even at this pace, I feel like there's a lot going on in my mind and things I want to do. Like here you can see the clothes are piled up. So let's get a clothes route set up. So that's 8 clothes. What if I made it 10? Could I do it? Nope, he can't do 10. So I'm going to have those 8 clothes go to here. And then we got to make sure we catch it and pause that train, because we don't, obviously we don't want to end the mission. But let's at least get some of that going. And then let's get another guy going. Pick up 8. Deliver 8. Pick up 8 more. Deliver 8. And I know Tallahassee needs clothes too, but that's a tough route to go to. We could try to connect through the back door here and go this way. Let's just go ahead and get that set up for now. So the back door route would be to come like this. And then connect like that. So we're going to deliver 8 to there. Thing is I need him to deliver somewhere else. He's not quite ready for clothes yet. He will be soon. Alright, we'll go ahead and get that going. Some of these need some serious help. Get those down to 200 days. Alright, so what's our new quests? We need more iron ore and more coal. So it's just again and again. We just have to keep delivering. And believe it or not, I actually failed in my playthrough. Alright, so post incentive for mail. We actually want this to pass. So I'm going to put 4 votes towards that. Tourism tax for passengers in Dublin. We're not worried about Dublin. I want this one to pass badly, so we'll do all 7. Okay, so as you can see, some of the China lumber's coming in. And these 2 lumbers, of course, are still coming in. We're at 18, so this thing's got a steady flow. We don't have any trains sitting here waiting for lumber. This one will be, actually, because he's going to buy the 2 that are there, and then he's going to run out. Apparently there was 3 there. So we are going to deliver more wood, but that's the lumber mill's not cranking it out fast enough. At some point, though, the whiskey is 8. The furniture, I mean, these could eventually max out, but I'm going to start selling those. Whoops. So here it's selling to the town, so I need to buy that whiskey factory, because the town, I'm not making any money off of this. I'm going to sell it to the town, make the money. A cool little thing that you could do is build out your clothes factory here and then just sell the clothes directly to your contract at the end, instead of having to set up trains like we did. It does work. Obviously I didn't do that this time. Look at that, totally maxed out. What's the tax in Tallahassee? Oh, Tallahassee. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I confused this with Jacksonville. So we don't need this to pass at all, but that's fine. The mail is going to be super expensive here. Alright, we got new land in Macon. Macon the bacon. So what we could do is we could actually make another clothes factory here. This guy is waiting on clothes. There's not much to do with that land. I mean, I could buy a warehouse, maybe. Macon is becoming a really big city here. The problem is, if I make another clothes factory, all the guys that are picking up clothes at the moment are picking them up from here. So I'd have to switch them. It's not the worst thing in the world to do, but I am sitting at 2,600,000. So made another clothes factory. Basically gonna set up another market. So I'm gonna sell to him if I have more than 5. Which I did. They're both sitting on 0. Like, I don't have enough cloth coming to them. Yeah, I'm sitting on 0 in my textile factory. So what I need to do here is I need to make another textile factory. And then here I can actually make a warehouse. And then from here I'm going to sell... Whoops. Oh, that's not it. I'm going to take from this textile factory, if the warehouse stock is less than... Cancel, cancel, cancel. Alright, if the warehouse stock is less than 50, and then here if the warehouse stock is less than 50, we basically are going to suck up all of the textiles. And then this one, I'm not going to grab it from a factory anymore. I'm instead going to load it from the warehouse. See how that's going to work? And the problem is I have at least a couple others that are loading textiles. This is the one that's doing the contract. So I gotta remember to interfere with him. Here we go. Load from the warehouse. Okay, so we have 18 cotton here. So we're gonna duplicate. Get a train going. Get that in place. Okay, there's our oil guy. You can see I had another one coming down. So we're going to be good to go there. And where is our cotton delivery dude? Just a cotton picking minute. Uh-oh, who's he? Where is our cotton guy? Is that him? There he is. Alright, let's copy him. Times 2. We'll make it 3 of them. This is going to be our cotton emporium here. Alright, so we got 3 cotton guys going there. However, the one thing I got to change with these guys is we're not going to deliver directly to a textile factory. We're going to deliver We're going to deliver it to the warehouse. Where's the other guys? So this one, he's going to deliver to the warehouse. Where's our third train? There you are. Okay, so then these guys are going to go to the city market. Nope. I'm going to click on the warehouse, and on the city market, he's going to fill this guy up if his stock is more than 0. And then he's going to fill this one up if his stock is more than 0. Now, here's the problem with this strategy. He will fill this one up first before he puts any towards that one. And I can't figure out a way to have it evenly divide between the two. So one of the tricks I could do is have the warehouse, you know, have one of the trains delivered directly to the other textile factory, so at least both of them are operating. Because having one operate and the other one not is bad news. And of course we can buy some. See how I'm buying it, and it's going straight to this one first. Alright, now we have another cotton plantation down here. So the next thing we can do so as you can see, I'm cutting through the countryside again. I better pause before I crash the game again. Alright, and then, whoops, let's get one more going. Okay, so we basically got 2 cotton factories. 3 tracks each. We're gonna build a train to come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Deliver to that warehouse. And then we're going to copy this 2, 3, 4 times. So we're going to have tons and tons of cotton coming out now. What do we got going on here? Hire. So we met our objectives. It's always got to make sure we did that. Oh, our clothes guy. We got to stop him. Can't have him succeeding. That is not the clothes guy. That one. He's waiting to pick up his goods. So we must be sitting here with no... Yeah. So what do we got going on here? Got several guys waiting for clothes. Where's the one? Him. He's delivering to the clothes factory. I don't remember which one he's delivering to, but we're going to go ahead and copy him. And then, of course, he needs to deliver to the other clothes factory. So since this one's the one operating, I'm going to assume that's the one that still doesn't have any. So we're going to have one train right now delivering to both. And then once our cotton guys start delivering, we're going to be creating double the goods here. So this should, I mean, it's a bottleneck right now, but it should work itself out. And in fact, I want to copy him. T16. And copy him. So now we're going to have 2 sets of guys that are going to be bringing cloth in. That'll keep the stuff moving there. Now what's interesting here is I could actually build a steel mill, and look at that. I got all my goods. I could just start cranking out steel. I just don't have a purpose for it. Okay, 1 day, and then we get our next quest. How are we doing up for our lumber? So our lumber guys, okay, so we closed 5 stages, and it's going again, another time. All right, the one thing I'm being super careful for is we need this guy, after he loads his clothes, we need him to pause. It's the only thing I gotta be mindful of. This furniture guy. Look, I got all this furniture to deliver. I think he needs furniture. So I know I have, like, one of these guys is delivering cloth down here. I can have him bring the furniture back. That's not him. So he's going to the clothes factory. There we go. He's going to the furniture factory. So when he gets to the furniture factory, I'm going to have him pick up some furniture. And deliver those bad boys. See, the cotton thing's working. It actually filled up one of the factories all the way, and then it started filling up the other one. So now you got both of these operating, which is the way I want it to go. But it wasn't. Like, this one's going to eventually run out. Now, what I can do, I actually just realized, I forgot to say this. I can go into the city market, and then this is the other textile factory. So I can actually press this button here and watch this. I just distributed them. So now that's 8 and 8. So you can distribute between your factories. So like here I could do the same thing if I needed to. But now I have 2 sets of clothes cranking out. Looks like this guy's the one filling up first. And then this should be another set of fabric. Nope, that's actually the kerosene. Ah, I have this guy purchasing clothes, but not from there. So what I can do is I'm going to switch this guy to load his clothes. Whoops. From this factory. There you go, we're filling this up. So that'll keep going. I'm pretty much at this point willing to destroy this farm and make something else. Like put the farm down here or something. But I'm okay. Now, why would I do that? Just to make the warehouse so I can put these, in a warehouse and have everybody just grab from the warehouse. But I'm just being hyper anxious because I don't want this guy to complete the quest. So as it's cranking out stuff here, and our let's check our cotton here. Look at that, 20 and 20. So I set up our little cotton picking empire, and look at that. It's totally full, and then our warehouse had 1 cotton left over. So plan's working. And there's more cotton coming in right there. We now have too much cotton. And then as these get produced, they're showing up in the warehouse, but of course they're getting sucked up. Now the warehouse has a, like I said, it has a 50. So I could get to a point where I'm filling this whole thing up with cotton and don't have room for these goods after they get produced. And that does become a problem. And here you can see he's not quite ready. So we're watching both at the same time. And then I'm also buying up the kerosene here. This one, I'm assuming our weapons factory is just full. We should go check on it. And then yeah, these, as soon as they're done, they're getting sucked up. I probably should speed this up. Alright, I think this is working really well. Let's go down to the... So the weapons factory is filling up. It's maxed out. I got 2 trains delivering. Basically, it's way too much. I have nowhere to sell this stuff. Other than I can basically I'm gonna buy 5 more. Let's just go bunkers. Alright, back up here. This dude. He's gonna buy his last one here. And then I'm going to hit, as soon as he starts moving, I'm going to hit pause on him so he won't deliver that last set of goods. And we're good to go. This meat thing, I'm just going to copy our meat path. Yeah, things are cranking. We got 14 cotton, so we're actually getting too much cotton at the moment. So that will fill up to 50 at some point. And then I do need room though for these, because I am making them buy from the warehouse, not from directly there. So what I could do, for example, is I can go into the commodity exchange and just sell all that cotton. See some of the clothes just sold. So where is he getting? So I can, for example, we can wipe this one out and say we need him to get from this one. Alright, so we got 20 days. We satisfied everything. We're 487 days. I'm assuming that these two are going to end before I would ever lose this particular quest. And I only need 6 more clothes, but as we said, the dude with the clothes, he's waiting for free track right now, but he's heading to Pensacola there. And we should make sure he's moving. The Pensacola path is actually quite busy. Well, that's an interesting thing. I only have one track going. I have a lot of trains coming down to Pensacola here. Let's fix that. I better pause so it doesn't crash. We definitely got to get a second track going there. There we go, that's the dude. We're going to have him go on pause so he doesn't deliver, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to have 3 to spare. So what we got? We got him waiting for some fabric. Stage 6. Look at that. It's just more and more of the same. These things can't crank out the fabric quick enough. So every 22 seconds basically I'm making 2 fabric. So one thing I could do is just destroy my oil refinery and make another textile factory. The oil refinery is making me money, but like I could put that oil refinery somewhere else, for example, like Columbus, and then I can sell that directly to here, which would just fill up and never sell again. But you know, I can make this the oil refinery, and then have all the trains come in and out through there for the purposes of the oil and stuff. It's a lot of changes I got to do because I have quite a few trains out here delivering kerosene and whatnot. But it is an option, and it would, as you can see, I have 15 cotton here. It would get the fabric industry rocking and rolling. The other problem is that the oil is being delivered directly to here, and I'd have to figure out how to get the oil over to there. There's not an easy oil on this side to do. Now, I think I have land for sale on one of these. What is this? That's the cotton field. It's the wheat field. Oh, I have like this here, this Freeport with just empty land. I can make that the oil one, for example. I know it's a little out of the way, and then we actually have oil already here. But again, how do I get from this oil well here to there? Because I got track in the way. I have another oil well here. Same exact dilemma. But this guy is not in the way, like he's out of the way, in fact. I mean, I could. It's a lot of rearranging, but that would make it so the fabric is not as bottlenecked as it is. Because right now the fabric is the bottleneck. And I could take advantage of, okay, I have this oil well. I mean, I guess I would start using this oil well instead and just have it go directly to there. And all these tracks that are already coming down would now be serving an additional purpose because all the gasoline, kerosene people would be coming down here. Or I just leave it as it is, and then the oil guy just has to pop in here and then pop back out to deliver it. Because you can see that, I mean, I guess he does need some oil. There we go, we got it. Everything's satisfied. Everything's researched. I'm going to go ahead and just speed it up now. New land in Brayerfield. So we can now have 2 sets of things we can do here. You know what? I'm going to do it. Let's just slow it down. We'll make a steel mill. A tool factory. So we can sell to the steel mill anytime he has more than 15. Sell to the steel mill anytime he has more than 15. And then we can transfer to there anytime he has more than 0. The only thing he's missing is the lumber, which that's going to be a problem. I bet I don't have any lumber here, even though I have 38 wood. I actually need a second lumber mill going, or sawmill. That's what I need. I don't have it though. I think some of it's because, yeah, I'm using all the wood to make these goods. So there's our train that will win it for us. We're just sitting there waiting to deliver. This is a case where, see, look, this is where it gets bad. So I needed to deliver furniture back, but the problem is he's waiting to deliver his goods and it's full. So it actually helps the other situation because the bottleneck with the fabric. However, what that means though is I need a new guy to deliver furniture. And where do I want to deliver the furniture to? I think the only other place to deliver furniture is here. Or no, I can actually deliver here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now I could get some passengers and mail along the way. And then I can have another one come down here. And we'll get these to Tallahassee. And I won't be getting passengers from that one, just because I want them to be available for our speed demons. So here you can see the books are full. So this was our first dilemma here. I'm going to now start clogging up our superhighway, but I have 7 million money. I think at this point it almost doesn't even matter. Two, 3, 4, 5. See, look, I actually have a surplus all of a sudden. Yeah, this is definitely going to fill up. I'm getting more cotton than I'm using. That oil refinery really should move if I want to be super efficient. Like, it's totally okay to have 50 of these stockpile up. Gotta always be careful when you have the train selected. This will eventually be worth nothing. Look at how much I'm driving down that price. That wasn't even worth the gas to deliver it. Yeah, so by getting the furniture, this is now going to consume some textiles, so I'll eventually deliver my last textile, and then I'll be able to take furniture away and keep the pattern going. But here's the other problem. Now that I'm taking furniture from here, the other trains are also delivering furniture. They could theoretically take all the furniture, and then I have nothing left to. So this could be a problematic thing when you start to try to combine two different goods like this. There's no reason not to speed this up. So yeah, maybe this is getting a little boring. I don't know. 2 hours in. And it is a theoretical, like, but I think Railroad Tycoon 3 or any other game had this problem too. You eventually get to the point where you're rolling in the money. And I don't think I've ever played a train game, other than maybe a board game, where this was not a problem. Like, every video game has this problem. Eventually you solve the puzzle, if you will. And here we go. I'm on stage 7 now. So it's more of the same. It hasn't changed ever. I got 312 days before I lose my other bonus. I don't know, like, is this just going to go on forever? Because I don't want to lose that 600 points there. It looks like I can get maybe 2 more rounds of this in. And yeah, T-34 is just going to sit and wait just the way we want it. Pensacola now has new land available. So I could make this the oil refinery place. In fact, I will. So we're going to make this have the oil refinery. And I'm going to demolish you. And we're going to make another textile factory. Oops. We'll do the warehouse. From textile to warehouse, the warehouse stock is less than 50. And then we want to move cotton to the textile factory if we have more than 0. And just like that, I am now doing 3 of them. Alright, so I do have to fix a few things. Like, for example, this guy just got wiped out. So we gotta get rid of Montgomery here and change that to Pensacola. Oops. Actually, he doesn't even need to deliver to Pensacola. He's going to load from Pensacola and go to Macon. He's got to go somewhere else besides just to Macon, though. Let's do something real quick. Alright. Pensacola first. Then to Macon. Then back to Pensacola. Then to Jacksonville. That should be a good route. And then now that this guy is no longer getting it automatically, we actually are going to have to deliver to him too. So then back to Pensacola. And deliver there. Alright, this is definitely going to get wonky. Alright, so here, instead of going to Montgomery, he needs to go to Pensacola. And then what we can do and deliver that there, like so. Alright, so that will work. So he'll deliver to here instead of to up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's carrying 6 of them. Yeah, so we need him to go to Pensacola first. So he's going the wrong direction at the moment. But he'll turn around and make things right. Look at this, new land available in Tallahassee. Oh, right there. So I can do a tool factory. There we go, we got all of our steel. I don't have a solution for the lumber issue until I can build another lumber mill here. I really do need to get another lumber sawmill going. So, for example, this guy's waiting to deliver, so what I'm going to do is have him just deliver there so he can keep going. Then we're going to go ahead and wipe it out and put that back in. We're going to do the same thing here. This will just encourage the town to grow. Oh, I forgot to hit apply. I'm setting it back to the sawmill because I don't want to... I mean, the town's going to fill up quicker than that sawmill will most times. I'm just temporarily filling up the town with some goods, encouraging it to grow a little bit more, because if I can get a second sawmill here, that solves my problems. Now, I could put a sawmill somewhere else. Like, for example, Jacksonville here could for sure handle a sawmill, and I could have these 3 guys start delivering to Jacksonville. It's just that that's another place I gotta go pick up lumber. I don't need the tools. I have 10 million money. New land is available in Alligator. Oh, there you go. So I have 18 logs here. there it is. So now I got lumber coming out there. So I can just buy a train, have it pick up lumber from here, and that lumber will go to Tallahassee. And problem solved. And these trains they are coming back to take some wood, which is going to slow down the sawmill's production. But they're going to eventually go here and get log jammed, pun intended. Because you can see, like, I'm filling up to 40 here, and yeah, we're still sitting there doing nothing. We got 36 more days. Alright, so here we go. I have trains that are puking on me, because, like, right here, he was trying to pick up stuff from Tallahassee, but instead he has to come here. So we're going to go to Pensacola. Alright, so that train. And then T19 is another one. T19, there it is. So we're going to get rid of Montgomery. Have come to Tallahassee instead. Or Pensacola, I meant to say. Okay, so we got this one waiting to deliver that. These guys are going to be waiting a while. We delivered the oil, so the oil's going to start cranking. These other guys that need the kerosene, so he's going, this one's already set up for Pensacola. The other ones are out there, I just don't have them marked, so they're not going to be easy to find. They'll eventually show themselves because they're going to pop up here like this guy. So we got to get rid of the Montgomerys, got to get rid of the Pensacola. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to scrap you. Alright, look at how many trains I got bottlenecked up here. I would swear I have another kerosene one out there, but it's easier to just come here and duplicate. Then these bottlenecks should clear themselves up pretty quickly. Look at this. I got 3 of these going almost at full capacity and 23 of those left over. And look at that, mail by the bulk. So I've delivered 1,500 pieces of mail. Now we're on stage 8. Ay, ay, ay. Look at this. 164 days for that, and this is 149. I guess I'll play it out. I never thought I would have a surplus here, but I do. That must mean I have surplus on the closed side. That could be one of the culprits. Yeah, look, they're not able to deliver. So this guy needs to deliver to the other one. I don't know why they're delivering to just one of them. There, that solves that problem. And actually, what I should have done instead of messing with the trains, should have just did this. And just left the trains alone. Alright, that should clear up this issue. Tallahassee no longer demands coal. Makes total sense. Alright, so these guys are stuck because I'm at 20 clothes. So they're trying to deliver clothes and I don't need them. That's an interesting problem. And look at that, I got 20 weapons too. So they're stuck because of the weapons. I didn't realize that was going to happen, but apparently I'm oversold. And look at this. Monroeville is the place with the oil well, so I could have just built the oil refinery right there. Ay, ay, ay. I'm breaking in the money. I don't even know why I'm being so... I guess the biggest reason for me is that it's keeping my mind occupied to think about how to make this more efficient for everybody. So like now I'm delivering too many to here. So I'm going to clear this guy and, you know, do that to balance it back. And then click on this and just balance it out manually. So this is getting to a point where I'm going to have too many clothes, and it's because... So what I need to do is, for example, this needs to skip. And it needs to go to Jacksonville instead. And then... Look at that, the furniture's full. So I just gotta stop delivering furniture with this one. And it should... There we go. Get some of that fabric out of there. This one only has one piece of clothing left. I'm going to just dump it and tell it to skip. We got this guy stuck. I'm going to dump it and tell him to skip. I'm going to dump, skip, dump, skip. I probably didn't need to dump, but that's fine. And then this guy, he's at Montgomery. He's going to go to Macon. We're going to tell him to go to Jacksonville instead. That should get most of these trains out of here. Some of these have the same problem, you know, because they got the meat situation. So like this guy, we're going to have him go straight to Jacksonville instead. This one, I told him to go to Jacksonville, so do that. Quit unloading. Fair enough. Skip. Go back to Macon. Just dumped all the goods. There we go. Skip. Skip. There we go. We got it all unclogged. It'll clog up somewhere else. But what that is going to do is you can see all these trains coming back. Some of them are going to be picking up the clothes. And I am going to, whoops. So we're going to come here to the market, click on the other one, and oh, I can't balance it out. So you can't balance out the outputs. See, he's hiring from the wrong place. This one is. That's fine. There we go. This one's getting from the other one. And yeah, look, I'm full up on the fabric, which is going to cause this here to go up to 50. Alright, so we made it to stage 9. I only have 14 days left, and look, it keeps going. I'm not going to continue anymore. We're going to go ahead and end this now. Let me slow it down and hit go. And boom. Oh no! There's another contract? Oh no! I only have 10 days left. Oh my gosh, I could have done this a long time ago. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm going to lose 600 experience points because now I have a tools contract in Jacksonville. Right, there's only one way to solve this. I build a warehouse, and now I'm going to build tools, a tool factory, and I'm going to send all my steel and all my lumber to you, and I'm going to come over here and buy and then this is all going to go straight to the contract. I need to do 10. It's going to take 50 seconds. That's going to consume my 10 days. Like, big time. I have 16 tools here. I'm going to have to wipe this. I'm going to have to set this guy up. Let's do 4. To there. I got to get him going right away. He needs his own path. Oh, now this is stressful. I thought the close was all I needed to do. Yep, I'm going to lose 600 experience. There's nothing I can do. I'm already down to 8 days here. This guy is going to take way longer than 8 days to get there with his 4. I'm down to 6 days, as you can see. And this hasn't even produced one time. Although it does produce 2 at a time. My only other option is Let's see if one of our previous autosaves. This was at 1942. That was just a minute ago. I'm gonna have to load the back one. My apologies, folks. I didn't realize this was gonna happen. That's the tricky thing I was just telling you about. They hit you with these surprise, like you think this is gonna end it, and it really doesn't. This is a juicy 2.5 hour mission. It's pretty standard. The Niagara Falls one is, I want to say, a 6-hour game. Like, it really is insane. Alright, so we loaded up where we have this big problem again. So I'm going to do the skip thing. Not that any of this matters. Yep, just dumping goods. Telling them all to skip. But the more important thing is, I have how many days? I have 81 days. So that took me back far enough that I'm in great shape. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to have T34 activate. So let's go. We'll wipe this out and we'll sell the rest here. Okay, and then we're going to wipe both of these out. We're going to have them come here and pick up 4. And then go to there with 4. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do our thing here and build a tool factory. Have the warehouse, fill him up, and then fill him up, and then come here and buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got enough money, I can go all the way to 20. Why not? Nothing is too expensive for me here. And then I can even I can buy more and just have it sitting in the warehouse. So I'm going to go ahead and just let that happen. It does take time, as you can see, and we got the 76 days ticking off. Now I may have to build something else. So knowing that I may have to build something else, I'm going to go ahead and save this as my load me. So that way, if after we do the tools one, we may end up needing to do something else, right? So I could be using this time right now to get that going. And then like that T34 guy. Then we can set this up. We'll sell to there if he has more than 10. There we go. We already got 2. The days are ticking by. Four. Yeah, making it ourselves was quicker than trying to get this delivered. Although I forgot to make the direct path to help that guy out. And, oh, that's not it. Alright. There it is, furniture. In Savannah. See, so now I gotta load. I'm gonna go back to the campaign because I gotta get furniture to Savannah. That's a tricky one. Ay, ay, ay. It's just making this mission take even longer. Good thing I was smart enough to save that game. Alright, so T-34 is not needed for the tools. Is he still here? Or did I already... Nope. He's repairing. So we're not going to do the tools thing. We're going to do the furniture thing. Actually, I just realized I got to do some other stuff. Alright, so how are they going to deliver this furniture? You know what they're going to do? We're going to make a 1. This is going to become a world wonder. Let's go right through Disney World here. Right up the ocean. And to Savannah. T-34. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 furniture. I don't need it to repair, and we're just going to go to Savannah. I can't deliver anything there. We're just going to go there. And what else do we got here? T-30. We don't need you to do your services anymore. You're going to grab 6. And you're also going to Savannah. T-15. T-46. We don't need you to do this anymore. Grab your 6 and go to Savannah. At 36 miles an hour, this is actually going to be a very tight situation. And it looks like everybody wants to repair, so let's get that 3rd repair shop in. Alright, do your things, guys. Grab and go. T-46, going. T30, waiting for 3-track. T34 is loading. T19 is blocking the way. T34 is going. T30 should be going next. Oh, I better have... Okay, yeah. I don't think I have this set up. There we go. 2 tools delivered. We got 1 train going across the Gulf of Mexico all by himself. There's 2 trains and there's 3. Whether or not they're going to get there in 60 days, though, is a real good question. Alright, let's speed this up. You can see up here we're at 4. That'll tick away just fine. We have 47 days left. You can see the days just ticking by, and we're still we're heading to Disney World right now. Now we're heading across. We're going to enter the Atlantic Ocean soon. I got to be able to get up there in 37 days. Whew. And then I think the furniture is the last one. I mean, maybe there's going to be another whiskey one, but it is the high-end goods. I mean, maybe they'll ask me for weapons. I don't know. So there we go. Now the last contract. So this is the very last one. So it is furniture. Oh gosh, I need 25? No! I'm going to just pause the video and then I'll reload. Okay, so I have it reloaded and then I made another mistake. But we're going to see if it still works out. As you can see, I'm in the process of doing the tools. I got the bright idea. There was 3 pieces of land for sale, so I bought a warehouse and 2 furniture factories. The problem is I was like click, 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 click. The lumber got so expensive, it was $1 million per lumber. Here I can show you. Look at this. $1 million for 1 piece of lumber. So I ended up blowing all my money. And so now I'm at a spot where I can't build track to run my furniture that I actually have built up to here. So I'm basically, we're going to see how far 2 factories can go. I got to come up with 25, and I think I'm not going to be able to do it. I really don't. I am going to make another $1 million, so I'll eventually be able to buy another lumber. But I'm using 2 lumber each time I build one. So I'm going to get, I'm going to basically, I'm going to be able to produce 4 more times, which means I'm going to make 8 more, so that'll be 12. 4 more times. I'm sorry, 3 more times here. No, 4 more. 8 more, that'll be 14. I'm going to be cutting it so close. I really am. But it's also taking time, as you can see. Alright, so we're on to the last contract. And then what I can do is, this is the contract for furniture. And I can tell it to deliver them all. And I can also have this deliver the contract for furniture. Just making sure I got the right one. So there we go. We're at 12 out of 25. 16. I mean, because every time it's doing it, I'm producing 4 each. So I actually have enough resources. So I don't need more money. I just need time. And I do have 18 days here. Technically, I have 31 days. So this might work. In fact, I'm at 20 out of 25. I want these to finish so I can get 60 more experience points. I think they will, though, because this takes its pretty time, and even when both of these finish, I'll be at 24 out of 25. And there it is. So I got 1 day left, 0 days, complete. I'm at 14 days. So as long as this finishes in oh, the days are ticking by fast. Oh my gosh, this is so stressful. I just need one of these to finish. Look how close this is. I'm gonna do it. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Wow. So that was worth the reloads. A little stressful. Again, that's the gripe I have with this game, is that they don't tell you what exactly you need to do to win the whole scenario. And just doing what I did with the clothing there, I could have delivered those clothes like a long time ago. So anyways, I did succeed, and Chapter 1 is now complete. So Chapter 1 is every single mission they're introducing something new. And I think this is where I'm going to get fired. But I'm 2 hours and 51 minutes in on this video, so I'm going to go ahead and end here.